So what's going on, everyone? It's been a long time. I did one or two live streams recently, just trying to slowly encourage myself to get back into doing YouTube. I didn't get bored of YouTube per se. I was, of course, bored of Phantom Forces for a while, and don't expect that to be too crazy of a focus if I do start consistently uploading again, because I can't play this game and upload this 10 times a week. However, I do miss YouTube. Uploading, streaming occasionally, that stuff I do miss. I don't love Phantom Forces like I used to. That's been like an ongoing theme, blah, 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 blah. We've all talked about this 1,000 times. No biggie, no surprise. But let's kind of talk about where life's been, because a lot of people, of course, had lots of questions when I just randomly threw up a live stream at like 10 o'clock at night one day, wondering where I've been, how I've been doing, what's been going on, etc., etc. I've moved again twice, technically, depending on where you guys left off watching. So I was living in Florida for all of 2023. I moved there January of 2023. I moved back to New Jersey December of 2023. And now I just moved to South Carolina last month. I've been here for exactly 1 month. I bought what is essentially my dream house. I live in a very nice, quiet area. All I do right now is currently work, walk my dog, and like sort of play video games, but not even as much as I used to, which kind of sucks because I get on games like PF or any like FPS game and realize I am washed up, people. Like, washed up in a way that I don't even know who to compare myself to. It's just bad. Understand that. Like, I get on these games and realize that I'm not 17. I'm not playing video games 10 hours a day anymore. I can't keep up. Quite frankly, I can't compete, but it's okay. The ego can be pushed to the side. Yeah, so accepted a new job, moved from Florida to New Jersey, now to South Carolina, where South Carolina is where I will definitely be living for the foreseeable future, now that I, of course, bought a house and I have lots of bills, and unfortunately, there's no way backing out of this. Not that I want to. Very excited, very happy with what I... A common question that I did get, and I don't really care to make this too big of a deal or any more than just addressing it here, really. A lot of people asked, so I will just quickly bring it up. Girlfriend and I are no longer together. That's hence, you know, part of the movings. Partly the reason for some of the moving around. Girlfriend and I are no longer together. I am now single, living in a big house by myself. Kind of lonely sometimes. Like, I'm very proud of what I bought. I'm impressed with myself in a sense, but not so humble brag. Like, kind of sit here and it's real quiet. It can be real lonely, but oh well. I have Marcel, me and my little homie. We just hang out most of the time. I've been walking a lot just because Marcel is now bored. When I moved back to New Jersey, I had 2 other dogs there, and Marcel was very excited. You know, he had people to play with and things to do. Now he doesn't. So around like 6:30 every single night, he comes up to me, he barks at me, and he refuses to do anything else but go for like 3 miles of a walk. So whether I have a choice or not, I have to be active. But new job, still doing the same stuff I was before, just much higher pay. My old company was underpaying me by a lot. And a little helpful piece of advice for anyone who's kind of getting older. I know I've been doing this YouTube stuff for far too long, and a lot of my audience has grown up, and this advice might apply to some of you now or in the near future. When you're working, understand that, depending on your job, of course, but understand that staying at the same company is not rewarded like it once was many years ago at our parents' age. You definitely can get more and find better work environments. So don't be afraid to jump around and take some of those risks. My pay went up. I do less work at this new job. I make 56% more than I did at my old job. So kind of think about that. I do technically the same work, but a lot less. I work on 1 team rather than like 5 and make a lot more money. So don't be afraid to take those risks and kind of jump around. I don't know if anyone's been through it. God, all of these maps seem off. I mean, we'll go containers, but I'm going to hate it. I don't know how many people have done it. I haven't moved much in my life, right? Like, I've moved 3 times in the last like 2 years. But outside of that, I lived in the same house for 17 years. 18 years or something. I really don't move much, and moving sucks, bro. I'm gonna need to live there. Like, if I ever move out of this house, I need to make enough money to hire movers, which is so expensive, mind you. They quoted me like $6,000 to move me from New Jersey to South Carolina, and I didn't have much stuff, mind you. Me, my mom, my sister moved all the stuff out of the truck and set up within like a night, which, mind you, was just 3 of us, and that was like setting up, decorating everything. Just getting the stuff out of the truck and stuff was not that difficult, but whatever. Yeah, I don't want to have to move again anytime soon, which obviously with a house and a mortgage, it's not like I can. For anyone who has lived in a family that's moved around a lot, if you've had to help out with that, I am so sorry. It sucks. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. But here we are. We're kind of settled. Life has been weird, to say the least. And I don't plan on going into like too much detail or anything, but you know, a lot of huge changes. Of course, I'm in South Carolina with like 1 family friend, and I'm not the most social person, so that doesn't help, right? Like, I'm sure some people can relate. I don't go out of my way to make friends, really. I don't go out of my way to talk to people. Like, I walk around the neighborhood and I'm at that age where people see me as adult enough to stop me on my walk to talk to me, which cool and also sometimes not cool, right? So a lot of times I get some chatty Cathys and I have to like talk to them, and I really don't care to sometimes. It's nice having like some human interaction throughout the day, but I am so antisocial, and people find that so hard to believe because like a YouTube channel, and you know, I would stream to 400 people and people think I'm so much more social than I am. Even people that I work with. And it's like, no, like this takes a large amount of effort for me every day to put up, you know, enough to care about talking about random stupid stuff all the time. It's tough. What a roller coaster life has been for the past, I don't know, 3 years, I'd say. And there's a lot to be like thankful for. There's a lot of regrets to things. There's a lot of things I wish I would have done differently. Very proud of where I am. I think that's a topic that I kind of want to dive into a little bit. I know that a lot of people, especially in like the YouTube scene, right? Like that imposter syndrome really kicks. And if you don't know what that means, it basically means like you feel like you don't deserve what you have or where you are, things like that. I feel that a lot lately. In the sense that like, not that I don't deserve, right? Like I'm good at the job I do. I do deserve the money I make. I do enough to, you know, warrant that, blah, blah, blah. But growing up, I like the house that I bought, and again, this is me like humbly bragging, sort of, not so humble, I don't know. But like the house that I got, man, I never thought I'd own something like this. Like the house I lived in for 18 years, especially like the last 7-8 years, my parents just couldn't afford to like keep up with. It was falling apart. It was disgusting. Like the AC didn't work for like the last 5 years that we were there. And it's not like, oh, we just didn't want to fix it. Like, no, like, couldn't afford to fix it. The AC didn't work. The heat went out all the time. So like you'd wake up in the middle of December and it would be like 50 degrees in the house and you'd be freezing, bro. And part of me sits here sometimes and wonders kind of how I got to the point I'm at. Not in the sense that like I don't understand it, but it's kind of crazy how life takes you places sometimes, man. And growing up more and more has made that more and more apparent, that things are kind of crazy, and what you expect may be kind of your life and what you plan on changes really fast. And the goals and plans that you have can change so much, right? And one thing that I've kind of struggled with lately is learning to live for myself. One of my best traits and biggest flaws is that I really struggle to live and enjoy life if it means not helping others. And let me kind of elaborate on. Not in the sense that like I need to go donate my time or, you know, volunteer for things or things like that. I truthfully don't, as terrible as it is, that's like not my definition of helping others much, to an extent, right? But I really struggle to enjoy life in a very meaningful way if it's not living for other people. In the sense that like for the longest time, like my relationship was my main focus and that's kind of all I did everything for. Then, you know, my parents, my family, and now that I'm living here alone and I only know one person here, like I guess two, one family friend or husband are the only people that I have here, and I don't really have anything. I don't have anyone to work for, I guess is the way I'm trying to put this. I don't have anything to kind of keep that motivation going, which is a really rough way to accept something about yourself. I've always knew it. Like helping people and being there for people really is the one thing that gives me true joy. And I mean joy that lasts rather than joy that is very fleeting, very temporary. Dude, this AUG 2 is stupid. It does way too much damage close range. Yeah, I don't really have that anymore. And it's weird, man, because trying to figure out what I want in life versus what I can give others in life is so different. Obviously, like my goals versus other people's goals, sure, but doing things and like sitting down and looking at your day and being like, what do I really want? Rather than like, oh, let me go see what this person wants. Weird, man. Weird. I don't know. I've kind of definitely just rambled here, but I feel like that's most of my YouTube. To summarize, I'm old, man. I'm getting old. I've got health problems. I got a mortgage. I got bad back. My bones crack when I stand up. Like this Roblox stuff, it ain't the life for me. That's not. I still get on and play games on here and enjoy it. But I don't really know where the future of my channel lies. I don't know what my passion is anymore. I truly don't know what I'm doing everything I do. And obviously, you know, live a comfortable life and enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm learning a lot about myself. And some of that's been really difficult. Not in the sense that like I'm struggling in life, but it's always difficult to have things change and try to learn how to go about things in a new way. My point is that I'm going to try to keep up with YouTube stuff. I'll promise absolutely nothing because I'll tell you that I'm going to do stuff and it's just not going to. I'm going to try. We're going to give it an honest effort and we'll see where it goes. Maybe more kind of rambling things like this because I used to do this sometimes, mostly on streams. It's a nice outlet to have, but we'll see where things take us.